Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Venti. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Today we are going to continue with our trigonometry. We're going to do exercise 3, which is found on page 166 and 168 of the Mind Action Series Grade 10 textbook. Specifically in today's video, we're going to look at how to calculate the angles in triangles. If you remember, in our previous video, we started out using the calculator to calculate trigonometric ratios. So let's see how to use the calculator to deal with angles. Sine of theta is equal to 1 over 2. When I am trying to calculate the size of theta, if I want to know what is theta in this green equation, I am going to use what is known as inverse functions. Now, an inverse function is going to be a special way of inputting the sine theta into your calculator. But in essence, when I'm talking about an inverse function, I am literally going to say, if sine of theta equals 1 over 2, remember 1 over 2 is opposite over hypotenuse, then theta is going to be the inverse function of sine, which we write as sine minus 1 of 1 over 2 in brackets. My input in the calculator is going to start with second function. Notice the S on the tip. On this calculator on the screen, it says shift. On other calculators, it says second function. So if I click the shift, now the S is gone. If I click it, it appears again. So what does this S or second function do? When I look at the black buttons, well, all the buttons on the calculator, you notice that on the black buttons there are items printed in white ink. So for example, I have ABS, then I have x cubed, then I have the fraction line, then I have the square root, then I have x to the power of 2. Those are all printed in white on the black buttons. Now, in between those, I have items that are printed in orange. And those orange ones are the ones that I access when I press shift. So without shift, if I press any button without shift, let's for example take shift away. If I press sine, I get sine, right? That's without shift. But if I want to press inverse function of sine, I'm going to press shift and then sine, and then all of a sudden I have sine minus 1, which is exactly what I want as per the green on the screen, right? So now that I have sine minus 1, I immediately, my calculator opens brackets. Not all calculators do that. So if your calculator does not open a bracket, please go ahead and open a bracket. We are then going to input 1 over 2, 1 divided by 2, and the answer that I get there is going to be 30. So according to this equation, I am saying that theta is equal to the inverse of sine 1 over 2. And therefore, theta is equal to 30 degrees. But since we're working with a calculator, let's see what happens if we use a fraction, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say shift sine. So sine minus 1 and open bracket, right? Then I use my fraction line and I put 1 as a numerator, 2 as a denominator, close. If I press answer, it's supposed to give me 30 as well. So whether you use a fraction or whether you use a division line, both of them are going to give you the same answer. What did we learn? We learned that according to the calculator, theta is equal to 30 degrees. This is important for you to know. So how do we calculate an angle? When you've got the answer sine of theta or sine of an unknown angle is equal to a number or a fraction, we use the inverse function. Now let's see if we can answer the question that is on the screen. Our theta is over there, and what we have in relation to theta is we've got hypotenuse, we know that, and the one that is, it's not adjacent, it is opposite. So we literally have opposite over hypotenuse, and we know opposite over hypotenuse is sine. So sine of theta which is opposite over hypotenuse, is 7 over 10. Theta is going to be equal to sine minus 1 of 7 over 10. Shift sine fraction 7 over 10 close bracket is equal to 44.427004. So our question asks us to do 2 decimal places. I'm going to say 44.43 because 7 means go to the next number. 44.43 is going to be my answer. Theta is 44.73 degrees as my final answer. Okay, now that we've done that, we are going to run through the next questions because you now know how to use the inverse function. You are calculating for theta. In order to move your sine from here to there, you are going to make it sine minus 1. Okay, next question, or question number 1. We are doing exercise 3. This is A1. And again, the question remains the same. Solve for theta. In order to get theta, I have the relationship adjacent, and I have this one which is opposite. So opposite and adjacent, I know that opposite over adjacent gives me tan. So tan of theta is going to be equal to, opposite is 15 over adjacent is 13. Tan of theta is 15 over 13. Theta is going to be the inverse function of tan, 15 over 13. Calculator, I say shift tan, so I have tan minus 1, fraction 15 over 13, close bracket, and that gives me 49.09 because we're going to 2 decimal places. 5 means 8 becomes 9. 49.09. Theta is equal to 49.09 degrees. Final answer. Next question. Solve for theta. What do we have? We have adjacent, and because it's opposite the 90 degrees, hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse gives me cos. So cos of theta is equal to, adjacent is 17, hypotenuse is 24. Cos of theta is 17 over 24. Theta will be equal to cos minus 1 of 17 over 24. Calculator, shift cos 17 over 24, close bracket, is equal to 44.90 to 2 decimal places. Theta is 44.90 degrees. I include that 0 because I want 2 decimal places. Next question. This is theta. Opposite the 90 degrees, I have hypotenuse. Opposite theta, I have opposite. So I have opposite over hypotenuse, which is sine. So sine of theta is equal to, opposite is 16 over hypotenuse is 18. Theta is going to be sine minus 1 of 16 over 18. So theta will be equal to, let's check the calculator, shift sine 16 over 18, which gives us 62.73. 62.73 degrees. We've got theta over there. We've got adjacent because it forms part of the line. Remember, one is hypotenuse, one is adjacent. So we've got adjacent and we've got opposite. Opposite over adjacent gives me tan. So tan of theta is equal to 30, which is opposite, over 15, which is adjacent. 30 over 15. Okay, so I'm going to do both. Okay, you can simplify 30 over 15 as being equal to, let's just draw a line there. 30 over 15 is equal to 2, right? Because 15 goes into 15 once and 15 goes into 30 twice. So tan of theta equals 2, or tan of theta equals 15 over 30. So theta is going to be tan minus 1 of 30 over 15. Theta equals an answer. Alternatively, I can say theta is tan minus 1 of 2. So theta equals something. Notice that the answer is going to be exactly the same on the calculator. So shift tan 30 over 15 gives me 63,43. Shift tan of 2 is going to give me 63,43. Notice the answers are exactly the same, even if what's in the bracket is different. So the answer is 63,43 to 2 decimal places. 63,43 degrees, 63,43 degrees. And that's our final answer. One or the other, they are both correct. Next question. Can you solve for angle C? That's angle C. What do you have? You have opposite the 90 degrees, you have hypotenuse. And opposite C, we have opposite. So we know that opposite over hypotenuse gives me sine of theta. So sine of C is our angle, actually, not theta, is going to be opposite is 5 over hypotenuse is 9, not H, 9. Angle C is sine minus 1 of 5 over 9. So angle C is equal to shift sine 5 over 9 is 33,75 to 2 decimal places. 33,75 degrees to 2 decimal places. Now, just remember that the questions will be very specific about the number of decimal places. If I check this one, it actually said to 1 decimal place. So it should be 33,7 according to the calculator, right? 33,74 becomes 33,7. C is 33,7 degrees as my final answer, not that one. Okay, last question for today. What is angle N? N is over here. What do you have? Along the side of N, we have adjacent, and opposite N, we have opposite. So opposite over adjacent is tan. Tan of angle N is going to be equal to, opposite is 12 over adjacent is 14. Angle N is going to be equal to tan minus 1 of 12 over 14. Calculator, shift tan 12 over 14 gives me an answer of 40,60. The question says 1 decimal place, so 40,6. So angle N is equal to 40,6 degrees. Okay, that marks the end of our video. I hope that you understood. Please like and subscribe if this is not yet done. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.